Hi, welcome to TUTV. I'm Sarah Moore.
I'm Joe McCurdy.
All right, Joe, I have a question for you.
She's got a question. I don't know the question. This is not prepared.
Yeah, this is not scripted.
It's scripted.
This
That's
is
the word
off
I
the
was
cuff.
looking for. Yep.
Okay, if you were to make an episode of Brad Carson Adventures, what would it look like? What would happen? What would be the plot?
It would be me. No, I can't say that. It would be me defunding the football team and spreading it to all areas of campus.
I love that.
Right? I think it's a great idea. I have to walk across campus every day and look at McFarland's roof that is falling apart. And we are just giving $2 million to this head coach, and he goes 4-8. And we don't have a new ceiling or a new roof for our
beautiful,
the most beautiful thing
building
on our campus.
I agree. Literally today I was outside the library and I was looking up at it and I was like, how have we still not fixed this? It's insane.
Yep.
Well, anyways, maybe we'll get back to you guys with some more Brad Carson adventure ideas. But until then, I'm Sarah.
I'm Joe. We'll see you soon.
Hi, welcome to TUTV. I'm Brenton.
And I'm Hunter Lynn. Now, Brenton, McFarland Library might be falling apart, but luckily the climate is too. We'll touch on that and more today. The Great Lakes region is known for bitterly cold winters with heavy snow and ice. But this year, ice cover on all 5 Great Lakes was far below the winter average. At times last month, ice cover measured about 3% of the lake's area, far below the average of 53% for this time of year. It is no secret that climate change has produced drastic shifts in weather around the world, but many climate scientists are shocked at the rapidity with which global warming seems to have taken effect in recent years. Temperatures around the Great Lakes region were in some cases 10 degrees warmer than average in December. Changing ice patterns are not unique to the Great Lakes. Sea ice in the Arctic Ocean expanded by over 1 million square miles in December, but Antarctic sea ice approached record lows. Sea levels are predicted to rise by over a foot by the end of this century.
Haiti is in turmoil after widespread prison attacks saw thousands of inmates released by gangs. Gang members are openly carrying arms in the capital city of Port-au-Prince. Flights have been grounded at the country's airport, and the location of de facto Prime Minister Ariel Henry is unknown. Finance Minister Patrick Boisvert declared a state of emergency yesterday. Gangs have long held considerable influence in Haiti, but the events of the past days signify their direct entry into the country's politics. Said Robert Fatton at the University of Virginia, quote, "The situation is on the verge of a real collapse of any and every institution that remains in the country." Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry was last in Kenya negotiating with leaders there about the Kenyan-led police intervention in Haiti, which was stalled in Kenyan courts for months.
The United Nations now has, quote, reasonable grounds to believe that sexual violence has been committed against hostages, end quote, by Hamas forces in Israel and Gaza. The findings cap a months-long inquiry into the nature of the October 7th attack by Hamas forces on Israel. Sexual violence accusations followed immediately after the attack, but have been repeatedly denied by Hamas. According to the United Nations, the inquiry, conducted by a team in Israel from January 29th to February 14th, was, quote, designed to gather and verify allegations, end quote. The team analyzed 50 hours of video and over 5,000 photographs, verifying many but not all allegations of sexual violence. The report recommended Israel work with a commission of inquiry, which is investigating potential war crimes by both Israel and Hamas. Israeli Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lior Hayat rejected this recommendation, calling it, quote, hostile to Israel. More than 30,000 people have died in Gaza since the October 7th attack, which saw 1,200 Israelis killed.
The Supreme Court have stalled a Texas law which would have allowed the state to arrest and deport migrants found to have entered the United States illegally. The law, called Senate Bill 4, was met with immediate protests by civil rights groups, including the American Civil Liberties Union. In a statement, this group said, quote, SB 4 bypasses federal immigration authority and threatens the integrity of our nation's constitution and laws. The bill is one of several measures that Texas Governor Greg Abbott has pushed in an ongoing row with the Biden administration over immigration policy. In January, Border Patrol agents were prevented from accessing a public park in the border city of Eagle Pass, and Abbott's plan for a floating border barrier in the Rio Grande River. The Supreme Court has stalled Senate Bill 4 until March 13th, allowing more time for deliberation.
Yesterday, France became the first country to guarantee the woman's right to an abortion in its constitution. President Emmanuel Macron proposed the bill in response to infringements on abortion rights in the United States. The measure passed the Palace of Versailles by a vote of 780 to 72. The bill's passage was met with a standing ovation in the French Parliament. Female lawmakers were seen smiling after it became clear that the measure would pass. Women make up 37% of the French National Assembly. Quote, "We have a moral debt to women," end quote, said French Prime Minister Gabriel Attal. Marine Le Pen, leader of the right-wing National Rally Party, said the party would support the bill. Abortion has been legal in France since 1975.
So, Hunter, we just read earlier that Texas and a bunch of the Supreme Court ruling the law that about migrants. What's your thoughts on it?
Yes, well, as we've seen in the past months, there's been this growing row, you could say, between Democrats and Republicans regarding border policy. What's interesting, though, is that nationally elected Republicans seem not to care too much about passing actual border legislation. We saw that back in February, and it's likely that so long as President Donald Trump is calling the shots to Speaker Mike Johnson, nothing will get past the House.
Right, yeah, and it's an ongoing thing that the Biden administration and Texas have gone through, but guess we'll see.
Yes, we shall see.
But anyways, I'm Brenton.
And I'm Hunter, and we'll be back with you in a second.
Hi, welcome back. Today I'm interviewing Kylie, our director of TUTV. So Kylie, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I am a senior here on campus. I'm the director of TUTV. I'm majoring in political science, and yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so what is it that you currently do for TUTV?
So currently for TUTV, I act as the director.
Okay, very cool. And what does that entail for you?
So for the director position, I'm mostly in charge of kind of making sure things run smoothly, and also making sure that everybody's queued properly, and then also kind of working on things in different areas, making sure everybody's keeping up with not only their producer work, but other things as well.
Yeah, very cool. So what was it that you first did when you first joined TUTV?
Oh, wow. I've been through many positions. I started off doing camera work. Then I was moved to floor manager. I floor managed for like a couple good months. And then I was shifted into the entertainment producer position. And then after that, I acted as assistant director and then now director.
Very cool. You really have done like all of the different positions. I couldn't remember like what you first started out on like when we were freshmen, but yeah, a very long time ago.
Yes, very many things.
So what have you been working on as a senior political science major?
So for my senior project, I'm writing a essay project, basically explaining how the U.S.-China relationship is changing and how we're turning into more of away from a unipolarity and more so into focusing on things of like how much security China has, how much surveillance they're doing on their citizens, and what that directly means for the United States and their continuing of a relationship with China.
That's so cool. Really exciting stuff. Okay, so you're graduating. What are your future plans?
So I'm taking a year off after I graduate. I'm working at a summer literacy camp for the summer. I'm really looking forward to that. And then I am preparing to study for the LSAT and then coming back to law school.
Very nice, very exciting. Okay, can you tell me any like favorite TUTV moments or, you know, like just like a favorite, whatever?
I love the live streams. The live streams are definitely one of like the best parts of TUTV, and it's definitely a great time to like build community, and it's just a great time. But Lily used to be in charge of live streams. I miss her so much.
Oh my gosh, me too.
And there's this clip of us at the very end credits of one of the live streams, and we're just like saying, we did it, and she drops her crunches on the ground because she had crunches at the time. And I go back and replay that moment all the time.
It's so funny that you're talking about Lily's crutches, because she literally was looking recently, like here on campus, for the crutches she used for cabaret for a show that she's doing at the school she works at. So it's very full circle moment for her. Yeah, always being on crutches.
Right, it is.
And being in this, this building. That's so cool. Okay, that's that's a really good memory. I love that one so much. Okay, do you have like any last things that you want to say as our director and a senior and just your time here?
I don't know. Just like TUTV has really shaped it's really built me a lot of community on campus and has allowed me to not so much focus on like my studies, even though that's important, but have like my creative outlet as well. And I knew that coming here that I was wanting to go into something like TUTV because I had previous experience from high school, and like this was definitely something that brought me not only a lot of balance, but also brought me a lot of very good memories. So TUTV will be missed, but it's been a really fun time.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being such a great director and letting me talk to you today.
Thank you.
Welcome back to TUTV. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Brenton. Hey, we have some exciting sports news to get into. Let's get right into it.
In his second season as head coach, Eric Conkle has led Tulsa men's basketball to a winning season. After only winning 5 games the previous year, Tulsa tripled their win total on Saturday against Temple. It's been a long season for the Golden Hurricane, but ending at the 500 mark is a huge step forward for the program. In the game against Temple, Tulsa saw a group effort that hasn't been consistent this season. Kobe Williams and PJ Haggerty both put up 21 points, with Jared Garcia following with 14 points of his own. A huge key for this win was shooting 43% from 3, with Kobe leading the team with 5 threes. Holding Temple to 38% from 3 and 10 turnovers aided Tulsa to their 72-67 road victory. Tulsa will play their final game of the season against number 24 South Florida on Saturday, with an upset bid on the line alongside a trip to the AAC tournament.
Tulsa women's basketball is 1 game away from winning their first American Athletic Conference championships. In Angie Nelp's 3rd season as Tulsa's head coach, Nelp has completely turned the program around. Tulsa's senior night held a lot of weight for the Golden Hurricane. Not only was it their last home game for Katia Gallegos, Jessica Evans, and Caitlin Levings, but with a win, Tulsa would secure first place in the American. SMU tried to play Senior Day spoiler, but Tulsa displayed full dominance over the Mustangs, never letting SMU get any momentum. Tamira Poindexter led the team with 21 points, with Delaney Crawford coming second with 19 points. Tulsa will secure a conference championship with a win over Tulane on Tuesday and a North Texas loss to Memphis.
The Golden Hurricane softball team finally got to play at home and celebrated with 2 run rule wins on Saturday at the Collins Family Softball Complex. Tulsa opened with a 12-3 win over Seattle in 5 innings and closed by beating Drake 11-3 in 6 innings. Tulsa saw a lot of firsts, with Haley Morgan and Kaylin Bearpaw recording their first home runs of the season. Annika Anderson continued her undefeated run in the circle, picking up the win against Seattle, picking up 6 strikeouts in 3.1 innings. Tulsa would go on to lose the Sunday game against Miami of Ohio 8-0. Now sitting at 12-7 on the year, Tulsa will open up conference play against Memphis next weekend.
Tulsa men's tennis snapped their 7-game losing streak this past Friday with a thrilling 4-3 victory over Tulane. Tulsa spent the first 2 hours and 15 minutes on the bench dealing with New Orleans weather, but once off the sidelines, Tulsa gave us 4 hours of tough competition. Tulsa's 4 points all came at the singles position, with freshman Victor Tosetto securing the victory in a 2-set win. Tulsa was pushed forward with the return of senior Tiago Pernas, who had been injured with the previous 4 matches. Pernas's return saw a straight set victory at the number 3 spot. Tulsa has 3 home matches coming up this weekend with UCF, North Dakota, and UCF visiting the Michael D. Case Center.
Jason Kelce, the 13-year NFL veteran, announced on Monday that he will be retiring from the league. Kelce had spent his entire career with the Philadelphia Eagles, stacking up a Super Bowl ring with 7 Pro Bowl selections and 6 All-Pro first-team selections over his 13-year career. In a very emotional press conference, Kelce described his love for football as, quote, "It is what draws you to your favorite song, your favorite book. It's what makes you feel, the seriousness of it, the intensity of it." Kelce's retirement has been closely followed after the Eagles' playoff loss and has been discussed on his podcast, New Heights, that he puts on with his brother, Travis. So, Brenton, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I speak for everyone when I say that our bearded prince will surely be missed.
Yes, your bearded prince. But honestly, yeah, it's been like closely followed ever since that loss. I will say, yeah, Jason Kelce's definitely been someone that like has been known not only for like his podcasts and being the brother of Travis Kelce, but that he's just a really good football player in general.
Certainly. Yes, and I'm happy for him. As an Eagles fan, you knew it was a long time coming. You spend 13 years in the league as a center, you get roughed up pretty good. But he got a ring back in 2018. That was a good time with Nick Foles. And I'm glad that he can retire somewhat in peace now, although Travis will have more rings, which you know.
Hey, maybe it could work out for your Eagles, but
I carry deep resentment against the Chiefs, Brent.
Well, anyway, that was sports. I'm Brenton.
And I'm Hunter, and we will see you right after the break.
Hello, welcome to TUTV. I'm Brenton.
And I'm Hunter. We've got some exciting news from the world of entertainment for you tonight, so I say we get right into it. After months of signaling from CEO Lucian Grange, Universal Music Group has begun layoffs and restructuring, according to an article from Billboard. Approximately 50 layoffs across labels including Interscope, Republic, and Def Jam. Aimed at reducing inefficiencies and, quote, a strategic organizational redesign, close quote, the layoffs primarily target UMG marketing executives, including VP of Promotions for Def Jam, Interscope, and Capitol, as well as expected layoffs for employees in fields of logistics, publicity, and marketing. UMG has told investors that it has a goal of $271 million in savings by 2026 through the restructuring. Layoffs have been discussed since October when CEO Grange indicated that the music giant would need to, quote, evolve our organizational structure to create efficiencies.
Sci-fi blockbuster sequel Dune Part 2 dominated the box office upon release this Friday with a weekend total of $81.5 million from North American theaters to make it the biggest domestic opening of 2024 so far. Denis Villeneuve's star-studded production also ranked in an incredible $97 million from international markets, proving particularly successful in the UK, France, and Germany. Dune 2 is yet to open in China or Japan, 2 large overseas markets that will likely contribute further to this film's success. Like its 2021 predecessor, the adaptation of the second half of Frank Herbert's famous novel has also proved popular with large-screen, premium viewing formats such as IMAX, which accounted for 48% of the film's total domestic earnings. With a standout 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, positive reviews and word of mouth will likely carry Dune Part 2 even further up the global box office in the coming weeks.
The Masked Singer is getting a new panelist, with British singer and songwriter Rhea Ora joining the reality singing competition show in a first-look trailer for season 11. Ora replaces longtime panelist Nicole Scherzinger, who vacates her seat to star in a London revival of Sunset Boulevard. The singer joins fellow panelists Ken Jeong, Jenny McCarthy-Wahlberg, and Robin Thicke, as well as host Nick Cannon for the season 11 premiere on March 6th. Ora has prior experience with the Mystery Performance show, serving as a panelist for the UK's version of The Masked Singer since January 2020. Much excitement surrounds a talented performer's addition to the show, with executive producer James Breen commenting that Ora brings a new energy while still meshing well with her co-stars.
DC's latest Superman movie has entered production as of this past Thursday, as announced via director James Gunn's Instagram. The film has been in development since Gunn took over as co-CEO of DC Studios with Peter Safran in 2022. Initially titled Superman Legacy, the subtitle was dropped as principal photography began in Trilith Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, with further filming expected in Macon, Georgia. Gunn, who also serves as a writer and producer for the newly titled Superman, is overjoyed as production commences coincidentally on Superman's canonical birthday of February 29th. This will be the filmmaker's first project since wrapping up chief competitor Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3 in May of 2023. The film stars relative newcomer David Cornsweet as the alien hero with Rachel Brosnahan and Nicholas Hoult portraying journalist Lois Lane and villain Lex Luthor respectively.
Actor and comedian Richard Lewis sadly passed away last Tuesday, February 27th. The star of Curb Your Enthusiasm died peacefully in his Los Angeles home at the age of 76, according to a representative for his family. The official cause of death is listed as cardiopulmonary arrest, which is when heart function and respiration stops, and is commonly associated with coronary artery disease. The comedian previously revealed in 2023 that he was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2021, eventually retiring from his career to privately battle the progressive nerve disease. Parkinson's was also listed as a secondary cause of death, according to a People.com article. Fellow comedian Larry David and actor Jamie Lee Curtis were among many who shared tributes that recognized his boundless humor and remarkable friendship. Lewis is survived by his wife of 18 years and has no children.
So Hunter, I'm going to ask you just straight up, have you seen Dune, the movie?
I've not seen Dune Part 1 nor Part 2, and I never even finished reading the book.
Well, I've been told that Dune is, it was really good, from people that saw Part 2, so I definitely got to at least say for myself, I'm going to probably start watching it. It's going to be a while, though. We got a lot of school going.
Certainly. And now I'm slow to watch movies and media. I'm generally a few years behind, but I wanted to finish Dune. I'm a fan of science fiction, so perhaps I'll get around to it now that Part 2 seems to be a little bit better pace than Part 1.
For sure, yeah.
Anyhow, that was entertainment. I'm Hunter Lynn.
And I'm Brenton Jennings.
We will see you next time.
Welcome back to the TUTV hosts.
We have no Brad Carson adventures this week, unfortunately.
We don't. And we sadly have nothing to talk about, nothing to do.
I'm sure we could find something. But we have a certain guest here.
Wait,
and we're going to do a little fun activity for the viewers. You're not on camera yet. You're not on camera at all.
Get on stage.
Wait, you need to
come here. Get on stage. Get on the stage with us, Smurf.
There you are.
What do you have for us, little Smurf?
She's not mic'd up. We can't hear you. Oh, as the blue dust goes everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Smurf. Do you have any words?
Again, they can't hear her.
Do you have any words?
This is courtesy of Sasa. Go Chait Night.
Why are you blue? Why are you blue? Oh, okay, goodbye. Well, we got pizza apparently. Let's get a close up.
Yeah, get a good view. Can we zoom in on that?
No, I don't think so, but I think we got a good enough picture. There's a lot of colors. I personally do not like a lot of colors on my pizza. And look at me, I know good pizza. All right, Sarah, you grab the first piece.
Okay. So I think this
grab
is
me a piece as well.
The vegetarian.
Gross. I was like, this better not be tofu.
Here.
Can I have a plate? Chicken?
Oh, this is chicken. Thank you, little Smurf.
Yes, I see onions. I see...
There's jalapenos, which I'm picking off.
I see cilantro.
I like cilantro.
I need to put this down. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this pizza, but I'm here to try new things. Put that down. All right. Do we do a cheers?
Yeah, we can do a little
Let's
cheers.
do cheers.
Oh,
cheers.
No, I lost some.
Definitely
It's
vegetable.
spicy.
Yeah, you gotta wash it down with a bev. Can't forget it.
So spicy.
No, we can't wrap it up. We gotta finish.
I should have done that in the
Delicious.
microphone.
Let me try some of the chicken.
I think it's really delicious.
It's like
It's too spicy
like
for
curry.
me to eat.
It's
Oh
curry
yeah, I'll
chicken.
try the chicken.
It's like curry chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had worse pizza. I definitely wouldn't like. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't order it.
But it's. I mean, if you like vegetables on your pizza, go for it.
I wouldn't order it either, only because it's too spicy for me. But other than that, I really enjoy it.
It's like a bunch of ramen ingredients on a pizza. Like, that's how I would describe it.
Earlier, I
So,
had the lamb one.
I'm gonna just
and
stick
the
to my
lamb
Dr.
was
Pepper.
Good.
This is not an ad, but Dr. Pepper, if you would like to sponsor us, we are more than grateful. NIL, right? NIL. All right.
All right, I think that's all that we have for you folks this week.
It's been a
Thanks
pleasure.
for joining us with some pizza trying.
Yes. Till next time. Have a good one.